and welcome everyone. In this video, we will talk about the Hibiscus rosa sinensis. This plant is native to China, and hibiscus is commonly called as Gumamela plant in the Philippines. And it is also called as China rose and also called as rose mallow. This plant is widely grown as ornamental plant for its large beautiful flowers. This plant is so rare that it can grow as a small tree when grown outdoor. They come in a wide variety of colors and styles, from single pink or red blooms to double yellow blooms and multiple petals, with colors like orange, white, purple, pink, and some more other color combinations. It is also grown as medicinal plant. And so these are my hibiscus plants, and I had pruned some of them last month, and so some of the leaves are young and tender. Hibiscus plants grow best in full sun. You can see the beautiful blooms of this plant when it is planted in the spot where it receives full sun, or even just partial sunlight. So if your hibiscus is in the shade and it's not blooming, move it to a sunny location. And growing hibiscus is very easy. And for me, this is one of the easiest flowers to grow. And I will show you now how I easily grow this hibiscus plant. This is the variegated one, and I'm going to take some cuttings here. This plant has pink flowers, but this time it has no flowers because, as I said, I had put this last month. But this time I'm going to take the cuttings here. First, we will identify the location where we will snip our cutting. Carefully just cut below the node. Now remove the leaves, strip off the lower leaves. If there are small buds or flowers, cut them as well. And cut at an angle. The cut should be made directly below the leaf node because the roots will appear mostly in the nodes when planted in the soil. Make it about 6 inches long, but you can make it also a little bit longer or shorter. You don't want to make it long. It's hard to keep it in a small starter pot or plastic bag, and you don't want it also too short because you will be planting it deep in your pot. The process is quite simple. You just make some cuttings of your plant. You may have pieces maybe as big as pencil or maybe smaller with about 4 or more nodes and so on, just as what you see here. And these node sections below will grow the roots, and the node section at the top will soon grow new leaves. And in planting, it needs moist but well-draining soil. Then fill your pot or plastic bags with soil, stick your cuttings in, and firm the soil around the cutting to hold it in place. If you plan to keep your hibiscus in a pot, make your own soil mix that is not too heavy and will not hold too much water. Fertile and well-draining soil will produce the healthiest plants. And you have to keep the soil moisture in this. If the soil becomes dry, it might not make it. The forming roots that is then starting to grow will dry out and our cuttings will die. I remove the leaves because it will need more of its energy to give into all of its parts. And some leaves will only wilt and then fall off later. And there will be a lot of water loss in the cuttings. I want that all of its energy will be spent to growing roots and also new growth on the stem. And in this, I am planting many cuttings in this cup. If some dies, I still have some remaining, and if they all successfully grow, I can transplant them, some of them to another pot. And so anyway, I have put many cuttings in here. If you have a bigger pot, you can put as many cuttings as you want, then water them thoroughly. You can take a plastic bag to cover the cuttings in order to prevent loss of water and to maintain moisture around the cuttings. And keep it away from direct sunlight. We need to keep it in shade but in a brighter spot, not in the direct sun, because you want it not to be burned and dry out by the sun. Anyway, this should root in about 3 to 4 weeks. Start hibiscus in a pot or in the ground in a partly shaded area to gradually expose it to the sun without too much strain. As it grows accustomed to the direct sunlight, gradually move it to sunny location. As a general rule, water hibiscus every day, especially when it's not raining and during hot weather. But avoid providing too much water as the roots of the plant should not sit on water. And I don't think that many insects tend to be as much problem. It does not have much disease. But you can use an alcohol spray. It's effective against mealybugs, whiteflies, red spider mites, aphids, and fungus. To make the spray, mix 1/2 to 1 cup of rubbing alcohol with 1 quart of water in a pump spray bottle. Hibiscus prefer a light fertilizing on a frequent schedule. This is the best way to keep hibiscus in a small pots happy because too much fertilizer will burn the plant. You can also add compost. And now we come to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Please subscribe and thank you for watching.